Luke Spiller is back with a brand new single called She's Just Like California. I've been really enjoying this solo Luke Spiller arc. Like, I know that he's probably majoritively famous for being in the Struts, but he's really showing how much of a fantastic songwriter he is, like, as a solo entity with his most recent one. In fact, this is his third single now. So we had Love Will Probably Kill Me Before Cigarettes and Wine, which, to start with, fantastic title for a single. It's just a good name. But that song really blew me away. I was not sure what to expect. It was so orchestral and anthemic and big in its sound. There's lots of instruments, and that key change just makes you pucker up all over. That song is amazing. I was not expecting to be so taken with it. And then we had The Ending Is Always the Same, the second one, which I do think was more of a sleeper. It took a second for me to, like, really get into that one. I didn't react to it because it didn't initially launch with the video, even though they did eventually release a video, which is just Noel Fielding sitting there looking sad while she puts around him. It was quite compelling, to be fair, and it is kind of funny to me that Noel Fielding seems to be friends with a bunch of really cool musicians. After a few listens through and a few weeks of it being on my regular rotation, I did end up becoming quite obsessed with that song. It passed the bar test of me waking up and being stuck in my head. And the first thing I have to do of the day is listen to that song that's stuck in my head to scratch that itch. So, you know, that's a good indication. So yeah, I like those two a lot. I was a little bit initially kind of worried that this is going to spell doom for the Struts, because I only got into them like 6 months ago, so it'd be really sad if I got into them as they broke up. Not true, not at all. I'm pretty sure Luke Spiller has on record said the beginning half of this year is about him and he's getting the solo act out, which again, I respect a lot. And the second half, I think they're going to sort of get some more Struts-based music going on there. So, you know, it's quite nice. We get to double dip. We have both things. Anyway, that's enough of waffle from me. Let's listen to She's Just Like California. It does make me laugh. I feel like the Luke Spiller font he uses is the same font as Grand Theft Auto, especially with the present at the bottom. I don't know if that's an intentional choice or not, but it does make me laugh.
She's just like California, kisses me just like the rain.
I guess we're going to get a more slow, well, not slow necessarily, but more acoustic-y, soulful ballad type thing, which is fine with me.
Eyes like stars that make you wonder. I was born to know a name.
His voice is so soulful when he wants to be, isn't it? It's crazy. Like, I don't know, he's got quite a sort of scope for different velocities, is that the right word, for his voice? You know, he goes from, like, blasting right at the top of those things to, like, really quite a sort of falsetto to, like, you know, a little bit further down the octaves. But here, he's singing very softly, quite purely. He conveys a lot of emotion, and I like that a lot.
And it just keeps getting better, 'cause I know it's meant to be, yeah. Loving her, loving me. She's just like...
I really like the way that second acoustic line got introduced there. That little, like, couple of bars, if that, of sort of like, I don't know, what do you call it? We'll settle with the little plinky plink he does that leads into that riff coming in. I always like the sound of a picked acoustic guitar playing over the top of a strumming open chord guitar. It's just a nice thing. And to be fair, the production on this, the same as the other songs actually, is already, you can tell it's very well done. Those guitars are clean and very nicely recorded. His voice is like very, very soft, which often again speaks volumes of the skill of the audio engineers involved. Yeah, the guitar intro to that bit was very nice, and now I've got these lovely little harmonies. This is turning out to be maybe one of those like kind of slower, anthemic, lighter in the air type ones, but I'm all up with that because so far the performances are excellent.
California.
We've got the tambourine as well.
I haven't seen her since the rain. Stormy eyes that'll pull you under.
Yeah, that lead guitar line, like weaving in and out in between the vocal lines where he's singing this like lovely harmony with himself. It's a really nice way of maintaining that intrigue whilst there's not actually loads going on in terms of an instrumentation perspective at this point. I assume maybe it will escalate. Honestly, it could go one or two ways. This song could absolutely just stay like this the whole way through and it'll probably still be really good. Or it could get more epic towards the end. I guess we'll see.
Oh, goodbye, but not a name. And I wish she'd stay forever. The only one that I will need. I close my eyes and pray that I'll see her soon someday. Until I hold her in these arms again.
I know it's not like his voice doesn't really sound a whole lot like it at the moment, but it's this moments here I really get little like flashes of Freddie Mercury in his persona. In fact, I think I saw in an interview that he was actually meant to, well, initially was slated to play Freddie Mercury in the Queen biopic, which fell through when the directors got picked and Rami Malek ended up in there. But I'm not going to lie, I'd 100% take Luke Spiller over Rami Malek. There's no shade on Remy, he's quite a good actor, but on the other hand, Luke Spiller can sing really, really well. In fact, if you want to go and see him perform Bohemian Rhapsody, I'll link it in the description. That footage exists. He did it live. It is sublime. Also, on the video side of this, it looks like it's just sort of going to be him playing with the guitar. And it's interesting that all of the videos he's released so far for this album have been black and white, but I guess it's an aesthetic. He's definitely got kind of that throwback thing as well with the hair and the shirt. I love his shirt, to be fair. It's a very nice shirt. But yeah, I don't know. He's got a charismatic enough face and like demeanor that I'm pretty happy with, you know, him, a guitar, some black and white effects, and a projector.
She's just like California.
There's more harmonies.
Riding high along the way.
Oh, they're mixed in so carefully there. I think this is not the first time. I think this has happened in the Love Will Probably Kill Me as well. There's very, very sort of subtle backing vocals and they're just doing but again, it just adds to this overall feeling of it kind of building up to something. But the introduction to all of the instruments and the different tones are so subtle that you don't even really notice them happening, that's where the genius in the writing lies, to be honest.
Starry eyes of endless summer.
Oh, I get it. He's like duetting with his own projection.
That I'll never see again.
I think I heard a recorder in the background then.
Just like California. Holds me like California. She's just like California.
Now those backing vocals have become more open. They're just like, I guess it's because the rest of the instrumentation has died down for a second. You've just got that guitar, the bass and the tambourine have gone. You can really hear those backing vocals start to give it this almost like bridge-like feel, despite the fact that it's the same refrain. It's clever.
Holds me like California.
That harmony was awesome. I didn't expect that higher soprano note to come flying over the top. Like it's an example of, it's actually a fairly repetitive, makes it sound like it's a criticism. It's not meant to be, but he said, you know, she's just like California quite a lot of times at this point. I don't think the chord sequence has had loads of variation, but it's okay because every time you come back for this repeat, something slightly different. The voices start to raise up. There's an extra note in that harmony. There's like I think a very quiet tweak of recorder in the background somewhere. It's just this feeling of escalation and passion. And actually, his demeanor, his persona over the course of this video as he's been singing, he's become happier. He starts off like looking in the mirror and his sort of facial expressions are more downtrodden. And now he looks like he's elated. It's almost like he knows that he's just added this like real mad harmony and things are about to get more impressive from here. And he's sort of like conveying that to you. It's nice when it feels like the musician is tangibly excited about sharing his art with you, which is the vibe I get from him.
California.
Cool response, lovely.
Eyes like stars that make you wonder. I was born to know her name. She's just like California.
It's yeah, that was really, really good. I like the little delay there. He looks left, and then his projection self looks left as well. That was great. That was soulful. It was like subtle in its production. It sort of like built itself up without you even really noticing it was going to do it. It was emotional. The acoustic guitar, you know, was very, very nicely recorded. And whilst the chord sequence itself is like fairly run of the mill, but the way that the picked out acoustic line in there kind of like ran in and out and interwove with the vocals as well was really, really lovely. The backing vocals were S tier. My assumption is he's probably singing all the parts, but I would love to see how he does that live. He must have to have a couple of really good backing vocalists tour with him to be able to do that, because the handling of that one, the going from like very soft ooh all the way to like an actual call and response, that was really, really nicely done. Production was great. The video was, yeah, no, I mean, it was a good one of what it was. It's a superior performance video, if you ask me. The black and white aesthetic works quite nicely. He's just got this sort of like quite characterful demeanor. So, you know, God, I really hope that I can catch him on this tour. I think he said he's going to try and get a tour sort of going in the UK in the next 6 months. I really hope I can go to that, because I get the feeling it might be in a slightly smaller venue, which is fantastic. Like, those you know, if you can catch a good artist that you're really into in a 200 plus size venue, like, or smaller, it's just an experience you can't replicate elsewhere. So I would love to try and catch him on that tour. I'll do my best to get those tickets. Yeah, I don't, honestly, he's the kind of guy I just want to go and have a beer with and just talk about music for the evening. He strikes me as somebody who's just extremely passionate. Again, it's like that, you know, the one guy who squeaks in a solo album in between Struts albums, you know? It's cool, and I like that a lot. I'm really looking forward to the album. Let me know in the comments what's your favourite of these most recent singles from the solo act that is Luke Spiller. I don't think you're going to be able to beat Love Will Probably Kill Me, for me personally, just because that song's key change, and I like this sort of like more upbeat, kind of crazy energy to it. But this song is great. I feel like the album's going to have a nice flow and arc to it. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all that crazy stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.